Please, to the British public, you can see they're coming for me. I know they're coming for me. They want to lock me up. Why do they want to lock me up? Because they want to continue to deceive you. The media, every single chat show, police officers, politicians, they're all telling you, the British public, that I've incited and instigated the violence on the streets of the UK.
Well, what we've heard, Julie, from a lot of the far-right figures is that these protests that we've been seeing over the last week are not about extremists, they're about ordinary people just having their say. Here's an example, and it's not the only one, from the man known as Tommy Robinson yesterday, a post accusing Keir Starmer of trying to use legitimate concerns to tarnish millions of people as far-right thugs.
And a lot of this is being instigated online. And probably the most influential instigator of it all is Tommy Robinson, real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon, a really sinister and ludicrous figure, frankly, who is currently away in Cyprus, hiding, tweeting inflammatory material online.
But it must be very upsetting for the families and for the community of Southport, which really came together in the aftermath of it, for this to be hijacked by people lying on sunbeds in Cyprus, directing the violence. And
we're talking, referring to some of the images on the front page.
Based on lies, based on a completely inaccurate account of what happened in Southport.
It's a political insurgency. That's what we're seeing. It's been coordinated by a man who's just fled England. A man who can't even be here because he's, you know, he's a criminal.
The English Defence League, I mean, give me their phone number, give me their email. I mean, the fella who's associated with most is on some bed in Cyprus.
Tommy Robinson.
He hates Europe, but there he is enjoying the European sunshine and stirring up poison and hate in this country.
Now let's actually listen to the truth. Because they have no evidence to say I've instigated the riots or encouraged in any way. There's no evidence. Evidence doesn't matter when they have the mainstream media. They just hammer you continuously with lies, and then it becomes matter of fact. People talk about it on chat shows, TV shows, in the street, as though it's fact. Oh, Tommy Robinson caused that. Have a look at my messaging. Please watch this and listen to my messaging from day dot. It's always been the same. Now, I'd be saying to anyone that I know there's a protest tonight in London. Lads, you've got to remain calm. You can't have scenes. I understand that level of anger, yeah? Well, because I've been listening and looking and thinking and picturing, trying to think of what they're going through. And they're being gaslit the entire time. Now, you've seen the attempt already by the media. They blamed last night, not on an angry community, but on the English Defence League, which ended 10 years ago as an organisation. Look at our events in London, totally peaceful, totally calm, didn't matter. We were under attack by the media and politicians, by all of them. As far-right, racist, hooligans, all these things. But, again, I'll just reiterate, again, a total appeal for calm. But, again, so lads, if there are any future demonstrations up there, try to remain calm, try and hold, and again, people watching these scenes, imagine how quickly, they're all there, they're all upset, they're all angry, they're devastated, their hearts are broken, and then they find out another bloke's turned up with a balaclava and knife in their town. Another man has come into their town with a balaclava and knife. Now that word would have spread quickly around that community. The anger's boiled over. But just an appeal for calm, man. Anyone going to London tonight? There's protests down the street outside Parliament for Prime Minister's questions, I believe. Try and bring the numbers, bring the noise, but don't bring any violence, man. Peace, love. Our country is in the gutter. We ain't going to win it back by throwing a few rocks at coppers. Galvanise the country. That's what we need to do. Unite people. My message to people going out is be careful. Yeah? I understand the frustration. I fully understand it. I understand the anger. Yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm angry. But to go out and burn a police building in a block of buildings with multiple occupancies, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Yeah? Insane, really. And yeah, the level of violence, it won't work. Okay? It'll just give them the excuse not to listen to the wider public's general concerns and fears on all of these issues. So up and down the country, if you're going out today, remain safe, stay safe. if you're protesting, it's your God-given right to do that. Yeah. Anyway, stay safe. Stop the violence, man. And to the men committing the violence, lads, those individual police officers who are coming out doing a difficult enough job have got families at home. They're ordinary people, okay? We had 100,000 people on the streets of London in a peaceful resistance. That 100,000 will become 250,000. 250 will become 500,000. A peaceful revolution is brewing in Great Britain. A peaceful revolution. And to the lads taken to the streets, in the towns and cities today, these young boys need leadership. Take their balaclavas off. Take their masks off. They're going to get years in prison. Okay, it's not helping the cause. You see the rapes, you see all these migrant hotels, they're not slowing them down, they're speeding them up. They're flooding our country, yeah? We either win this battle, where we don't become minorities, and don't see every town and city in this country taken over by hostile jihadists, rapists, criminals, yeah? That's one outcome, or we win. Through peaceful resistance, we cause a revolution in this country, and the public are ready for it. Everyone's ready for it, yeah? The time is now. The time, and lads, up and down the country, in the towns and cities, these young boys are looking for leadership, okay? We had peaceful demonstrations in London because we had leadership. We had committed men, not just me, we had committed men across that movement willing to stop people who were stepping out of line. We're on the verge of something massive, where we've won the hearts and minds of the public. Don't undo that, yeah? So lads, in every city across this country, control your boys, man. Control them, direct them. A peaceful resistance is growing. I'm watching what's happening, and to the people who are saying I'm glorifying it, no, I'm not. I've peeled for calm the whole way. We organise ourselves, yeah? I'm just keeping the public up to date, which is what the media won't do, with what's happening and why it's happening, okay? And where that anger's coming from. The truth doesn't matter when you've got a target on you, and right now I've got a target on me. They want to make me the fool guy. I need you. I need you to get this video to millions and millions of views so the public can see their deceitful, corrupt lies of the mainstream media, okay? They sent a Daily Mail journalist to run this headline, then the next day it's gone everywhere in newspapers everywhere, with no evidence. Do you know what evidence they use to say that I have instigated and stoked the flames for these riots? This tweet. Whilst they claim that my controversial tweets have stoked the flames and instigated riots, let's have a look at a few of their own headlines. Well, guess what? Mass deportations are needed. The hotels need to be emptied. That's not a minority view, it's a majority view. These barbarians that have been welcomed into our nation by our politicians, who are raping, pillaging and murdering across our country, need to leave. That's not controversial. That's not stoking the flames. Your government policy is what's caused the resentment and the problems. Your failure to address people's fears and concerns for decades by calling them all far right and racist.
These people are racists, they're racist thugs, and they're far right.
And right now, your lies, your continued lies to try and frame me as someone who's instigated violence without addressing the reason why they're out on the streets anyway. Again, trying to brush it under the carpet and get rid of it. It's not going to go anywhere. Please, to the British public, you can see they're coming for me. I know they're coming for me. They want to lock me up. Why do they want to lock me up? Because they want to continue to deceive you. Look at this, yeah? Let's search my name on TikTok. So all these videos of me calling for peace, calmness and no violence, they're deleted from everywhere. YouTube are blocking me now on everyone's channels. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. The reality and the truth and the evidence, it's gone. Then they just use the media to pump you with all the lies. If it wasn't for X, and that's why now, read the headlines, listen to politicians, listen to news presenters, they're all saying we need control of X.
And as Andrew said, we have a multiple challenge here, or the Prime Minister and the government does, dealing with the immediate violence, but also getting to grips once and for all with this social media problem, which no one really knows how to tackle.
And Neil Basu also said, the former head of counterterrorism, he feels that social media companies need to get a grip of this because it's effectively become a lawless space where people like Tommy Robinson have free rein.
Because if they control X, then this video you're watching, which shows the truth that they're lying, no one gets to see. They get to continue to manipulate you as the British public, lie to you and deceive you, and feed you a totally false and negative narrative of what's been happening. So once again, to the Muslims watching this, there is no English Defence League. There hasn't been for a decade. To the British public watching this, I'm not instigating any trouble to your mosques. I've not called for any violence. Quite the opposite. The truth is the total opposite. I need you now more than ever. As you can see, they want me locked up. They're trying to paint me as paint a picture of me as the fall guy for these riots. I've got nothing to do with these riots. In fact, let's look at a scenario. They're saying they're my supporters. When someone, like Lee Rigby's killer, hands over 52 verses from the Quran that made him kill Lee Rigby, they say it's got nothing to do with Islam. So each time someone screams Allah Akbar, literally citing the Quran as the reason they're doing it, they tell you it's got nothing to do with that. Now I'm telling people to stay peaceful and don't turn to violence. And when they turn to violence, they're saying it's all to do with me. Total insanity. I need you more than ever. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share it everywhere. Help challenge their lies for me, because they're setting me up. I can see it. You can see it. My inbox is full of people telling me not to come back to the UK because they're going to lock me out for a long time. That's what they want. But they want to be able to deceive the public into the reason why. Please share this video.